Hi guys, it's Cassie with Harlows. Welcome to week 23 of your divine pregnancy. Isn't it awesome? Are you feeling good? Because all of a sudden it'll be the third trimester. So we're gonna just take all this beautiful energy that we still have with the second trimester now, and we're just gonna really embrace it and enjoy our pregnancy and imagine your baby growing inside of you. And we're gonna take this practice and we're just going to have it be for the two of us, for you two. All right, so without further ado, here we go. Week number 23. Sitting up nice and tall, taking the right hand to the heart, left hand to that sweet baby. Breathing into this moment. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the belly and your heart. Exhale, release your heart. Release your belly. Continuing that pattern through the nose. Taking a moment to clear the mind. Focusing just on the breath. And if you notice your baby moving, focusing then just on your baby. Releasing the hands now, taking the shoulders up to the ears, exhaling them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop and release. Inhale, breathe in the good. Exhale out anything not serving you. Inhale, exhale. Take the shoulders up and pull them back now. Reach it up and back. Take the scapula down the back. Reverse. Find your breath. Good. Let's go ahead and release those feet out to the front. Take them a little wider apart now, making room for that sweet belly. Reach those arms out, and as if you're going to curve over a yoga ball, or your yoga ball you're growing inside of you. And then reach back up. So stretching the upper spine. Big reach over your belly, and then roll up the spine. Again, big reach. Remember the stretch when you're nursing. It will come in handy. Let me give you a side view of what I'm doing. Big reach, folding over. Exhale, rolling back up. Keep going. But be curious in this stretch. Good. Release those hands down, placing them right beside you now. And I want you to lift, pushing into the hand. Lifting the chest up, flexing the feet, chin lifts up towards the sky. Big opener and working the triceps. Release. Great, let's take our feet together in a butterfly. So taking a hold of those feet or the toes or the ankles. Breathing here, letting the hips release and relax. Lengthen through the spine. Your pelvis is rocked forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Let's take our butterfly a little wider and hinging from the hips, folding forward. Imagine you still have a long spine here, so the pelvis is rocked forward. Still releasing the knees and the hips. Good. Come on back up. From here, we're going to come on down to our modified fish pose. So onto your elbows, feet are still in a butterfly, and we're going to keep lifting out of our shoulders here, reaching up through the chest, through the heart, soaking in all the goodness, and then pushing yourself back up to seated to come onto all fours. Wrists are right below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Good. Tops of feet press into the ground. We exhale to reach our spine up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, reach. Keep going with your breath, staying curious in the mindfulness. Deep breathing. Back through to center and take it side to side. Wag the tail. Crown goes toward the sit bone. Back through to center. Good. Take and stretch out your right leg now. Keep your toes along the ground as you cross over the left side. Once you're there, try to square off the hips, lift out of the shoulders, and you're really dropping that right hip down to square it off. You should feel a nice pull in the low back, especially if you've had any sciatica. Come back and in. Switch it up, left side. Reach and cross over the right, then squaring off those hips so you can feel a stretch in the low back. Back over to center and in. Great. Right leg reach back. Bring it in right between the hands. Back toes tuck as you come into our low lunge here. Plant the left hand on the mat, twisting open the right arm. If you need to take your left arm a little wider here, you can to accommodate that belly. Keeping the front knee over the ankle. Open heart, release. Walking that right leg out now to the outside of the mat at an angle. Here we are in lizard pose. You can take it lower, dropping down to your elbows. You could even drop down to your knee if you like. The main point is that you feel the hip opening. So if you're up on your hands and wrists, and that's the point where you feel it, that's where you should be. Lifting back out of it. Walk that right foot back in, drop the back knee, and lengthen out the front leg. And take the flow to the front. Reach it back. Breathe with it, ebb and flow. Wonderful. Good. Coming back forward now. We're going to take the right foot now into our pigeon pose. So we're bringing down the leg like a figure 7 on the ground. And then you can come down deeper if you like. A couple options here. You could, if this bothers your knee, you could have your knee right underneath you in parallel with the other leg. You could grab a block for under your left hip. Lots of options here. You don't need to take it onto your elbows as well. Go where it feels right to you. This is your practice. Lifting back out of it. Take and bring that right leg back through three-legged dog. Back to down dog. Great. Take your left leg now. Reach it up. Pull it right between the hands. Here we are in low lunge. You can also drop your knee if you like. Right hand takes to the mat. Left arm spirals your heart up. So we're just twisting our upper part of our back. Focusing on our heart space here. open hearts for what's to come. Release, back down. Walk the left foot out to the outside of the mat, lizard pose. Make sure the toes are at an angle. Drop your back knee if you like to. Elbows can come down. All of these are options. Lifting back up out of lizard pose. Taking that left foot to a pigeon pose now, so right underneath you. Again, no, each side of the body is a little bit different. So if this knee feels better as opposed to perpendicular, parallel with the other leg, you could do that. You could grab a block or a pillow to go underneath the right or left hip. Go where you feel like you have a nice hip opener. Lifting back out of it, pull that left leg right between the hands now. We're going to push back, stretching out a hamstring, and then rock it forward. Find your breath here. Staying with the movement. Tuck the back toe, and now take your left foot, reach it back up through three-legged dog and down to down dog. Pedaling out your feet, walk the dog. Take and lift your right leg now, reach it in between the hands, coming up into a high lunge. So take those sit bones right underneath you and then open up to warrior two. Coming through to extended angle, big reach, right elbow to the knee. Looking up. Come through back to reverse warrior. Good, warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, come through triangle pose, big reach forward. Take your hand to the shin, a block, the ground. You can keep a bent knee if you like. Lots of options. Untwist back down to the earth. Right leg reaches up. Back down to down dog. Good. We're going to just stretch over the shoulders here. So lifting and pushing off your toes. Coming forward onto your wrists. Really rolling through the feet. Great. We're going to switch sides now. Left foot reaches up, comes right between the hands, lifting up through high lunge, and then taking and opening to warrior two. Reach through to extended angle, looking up, heart is open. Reverse warrior. Back through warrior two, straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Take your hand wherever it's comfortable, that might mean the shin or higher. Untwist back down to the earth. Left foot reaches back, comes back through down dog. Now rocking forward through the balls of the feet, putting your weight over the shoulders and wrists. Going back and forth. Good. Take and lift your right leg now. Step it in right between the hands. Reach up through high lunge, looking up. Pivot now to warrior two. Extended angle. Breathe up into reverse warrior. Come through now, triangle pose. Finding the flow, continuing to grow and expand. Untwist back to the earth. Right leg kicks up, back through down dog. Good, rocking through the toes, stretching out over the shoulders. Take your left leg now, kick it up, step between the hands, high lunge. Open up warrior two. Breathe into extended angle. Reverse warrior. Warrior two through triangle. Keep lifting the heart. And coming down back to the earth. Left foot lifts up, back through down dog. Rocking through the balls of the feet, rolling over. Good. Go ahead and step up to the top of the mat. You can make a little space for your baby, widening out the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll on up the spine. Take those arms now, reach them up. Exhale, hands to heart. Great. Go ahead and step it so that you can come into your mountain pose. Feet are right below the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Palms face the front. Find a neutral pelvis. You can hold on to your sweet baby, or you can let your arms relax. Breathing here, just naturally through the nose. Release. Go ahead and take your hands behind your back now. They can either be at prayer behind your back or grabbing onto your forearms or wrists. We're going to slowly stretch our upper back. So taking your gaze, looking up towards the sky. Reaching your heart open. And then slowly take your gaze back down towards the earth in front of you. Once again, looking up nice and slowly. Your back is stretching ever so slightly at the top, and then coming back over. Good. Imagine a waterfall beginning, flowing over the rock, and then coming back up. Keep going. Breathe and release. Good. Release those arms. We're going to go ahead and come here now into a balance posture. So go ahead and balance on that left leg. Right leg's going to come up and take that knee to the outside. Left arm's going to be your counterbalance here. See if you can hold it right here. If you want to, you can work for extending out the right leg. Try not to lose that upward posture though. Release and down. One more balance pose here. Engage the right leg, left leg lifts, right arm's counterbalance. You could stay right here, or if you want to, you can extend the leg. Keep breathing. Lift and lengthen. Release. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands come down to the earth. Step your feet back through downward dog. Take your heels together now. Toes point out. We're going to bend through a plie, extending the legs. Bend the knees. Extend. Keep going, looking to see how far you can extend each time as your heels drive towards the mat. Good, really engaging the glute muscles here. Perfect. Go ahead and take those knees down to the earth now. Sit back into our child's pose. Breathing up from the base of the spine, all the way up through the crown of your head. Breathing with your baby. Enveloping your sweet one with love. Take those hands now, if you're comfortable, on your forehead, and reach them slowly behind you, grabbing onto the fingers, interlacing them, and then slightly pulling back. And then release. Hands right next to the face, lifting yourself up. And go ahead, we're going to roll on down now, any way that you feel comfortable doing so. Find a nice resting place here for our Shavasana. Take a moment to get yourself comfortable. And in the moment, as we release and relax into our intention for today's practice of just being, of accepting and embracing. That is our intention. So letting go of the body, letting go of our surroundings, of our environment, and just being right here. Any thoughts that come in, kindly dismiss them. Even if you have to do so 100 times, it is 100 opportunities for self-love. Bringing yourself back to here to take a deep opening stretch and breath as you come back up to seated posture. Taking the hands back to heart in gratitude. Being so grateful for this practice, for the intention that we're setting towards ourselves, for our baby, for our world, and for the intuition we're giving ourselves, we're embracing about our body and our spirit. We are all part of this divine. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. Much love. See you next week.